Fly's new Pro X2 boxing gloves, full review today. Welcome to Fit to Box. I'm Coach Simon, and here on Fit to Box I'll bring you all things boxing equipment, and I'll bring you it from here, Telford Amateur Boxing Club, where I am a full-time boxing trainer and England level 2 boxing coach. And in this gym I do the testing. Not only do I do the testing, but also the other boxers that are here get involved in the testing and the feedback to bring you the most complete review of boxing equipment that I can bring you. Welcome to Fit to Box. So today, Fly's new gloves, the updated version of their X line, their synthetic line gloves, and these are the Pro X2 boxing gloves. You will remember that in May 2019 I did a review of the X line gloves, and these were the first time that Fly had come out with a synthetic pair of gloves. Of course, they've got their leather line, which is their most expensive premium line, and then they bought out this, and at the time they were about £180, and these were made in China, as are these. These were their second tier of boxing gloves. And so what I'm going to do today is I'm going to show you the new ones. I'm going to show you the subtle changes that they've done to these over these. I'm going to compare these gloves to these ones. So I'll put on screen the ratings card that I did for these gloves, and you can compare that to the ratings card that I'll do at the end of this video for these gloves. So let's have a closer look. There you go. You can see these are in the grey and the blue as I bring that round, and there is loads of new colours that are available in the Pro X2 line, and they are 190 English pounds, so a slight increase for these gloves over the previous version. Okay, so let's have a look at some of the changes that Fly have done to these gloves, and then I'll sort of compare them to the old gloves. So firstly, the thumb design. Okay, they've changed the thumb and made this thumb like the Super Lace 2 thumb. That part there, they've moved closer into the centre of the glove to allow this muscle here on the fist to contract, okay? You can't get that sort of fist yet, but certainly there is less pressure on this part of the fist due to being more room there. There is definitely a little bit more room in this glove than there is in this glove. That thumb, I'll show you that thumb in comparison. Okay, so it is a wider, bigger thumb, and also extends at the top a little bit more, as well as having more space here. So that is a more comfortable thumb. Then they've got a higher wrist line. Okay, now I'm going to put them there to see whether or not you can see the difference between the wrist line on these. It is very subtle. Okay, so I don't think it's a major change where they've moved that sort of slightly up. They've retained the cross at the back, as they always do. When it comes to the fist position, let me show you the fist position there and the fist position on the old ones. Okay, so I do think you have got a slightly better fist position with the new gloves. On the rear of the hand, there is also a subtle curve. Okay, on the rear of the hand before was flat. Okay, again, I don't know if the camera will even pick that up, but when it comes to these gloves, very much was sort of pressing at the back of the hand. These have got a subtle curve, so that again slightly does feel better. Remember, I did rate these gloves very highly, and these gloves, I would say, obviously they're just looking to make small improvements to beat those gloves. So that's what it is. What you also don't want to do when you do an update is to change the gloves so radically that the people that like the previous version don't like the new version. That's not the case. These are very similar gloves with some small improvements, as I've said. So 190 English pounds. Let me just bring that round. Let's have a closer look at these gloves. So let's have a look at the knuckle. Okay, and that is a soft knuckle straight away. I have done the testing period with these, and in that testing period I've done over 100 rounds, and there has been many boxers at my gym that have wore these gloves, and I have used these on many different heavy bags and the mitts, and also in sparring. So in saying that, these were soft from the start. They're still soft now, but it's not like you need massive amount of breaking in for these gloves. If I just show you there, you can see the profile. Again, I'll just keep on just showing you the differences between the old and the new. There's the profile there. And also, I'm holding that at the back there, so there's a slight dip down. Let me just show you on the old ones. The old ones there, a little bit more rigid, I would say. But there you can also see the fist position, and it is a good fist position with that thumb tucked in. So the thumb, that new, larger, redesigned thumb. Okay, as I bring it round. And that, as I show you that one as well, that thumb, you can see that it is a wider thumb. Also, as I show you there as well, how it's sort of slightly more central to the hand that frees up, as I said, that muscle there on the hand. So that extra room does allow you to get a slightly better fist. You've got, of course, the fly cross at the back. You've got soft padding at the front and soft padding at the rear. Okay, so these are not a stiff padding when it comes to the wrist area. The face of the glove, you have got a soft grip bar. You've also got no air holes on the face of the glove and no air holes on the inside of the thumb either, which you would expect air holes on most synthetic gloves. I didn't feel when I was using it that these were particularly hot, but as I say, normally you would have some air holes on synthetic gloves. The stitching, these are made in China, and the stitching is neat, and these are very well made gloves. The lining is Fly's soft satiny lining, and that is really comfortable around your hand. Okay, so on these gloves, there is no indicator of the ounce on the outside. On the bottom of the wrist there, you have got the 16 ounce, and that's the only place. If I move that to one side, let's just put that on. 16.3, which is great for a lace 16 ounce glove, and 16.4, so these are both bang on for lace 16 ounce gloves. Okay, let's look at comfort. Slide my hand in, and that wrist does envelope your forearm. Also, you can get a really good fist position there, and that thumb is really comfortable as it bends round. You've got the thumb attachment there in the synthetic, and also you've got no area of sort of pressure in that part of the glove. Fingertips really comfortable, no areas of discomfort here in this area on the finger pads or on the fingernails. Then I'll just show you that. That's how you have to tie these gloves if you want the best way to tie Fly gloves. I'll slide those in as well, and again, the thumb very comfortable, tucked in, no area of pinching at the front there. There's a lot of gloves where, especially on the left glove, where that front of the left glove is really tight. That's not on either of these gloves. Good. No. Lovely. Nice. You can open up the hands, no problem at all. And when I was sparring in them and when other people were sparring in them, they was very much able to open hands up very, very easily to catch those shots. Then as I bring that round, just so you can see, really well padded in the knuckle area. Although it is soft padding, you've got soft padding that really does support your wrist, and the whole glove is very, very comfortable with that opening of the hands, and also those larger thumbs mean that the whole glove is a very, very comfortable glove. Seven, 8, 7, 8, 7, 9, and again, 7, 10, good, again, 7, 8, 7, 8, 9, and again, 7, 8, 9, 10, and again, nice, good. 7, 8, 7, 8, 1. Again. 7, 8, 5. Wow, lovely shot. Again. Nice. Lovely. 8, 8, 1, 8. 7, 8. On the bag, let me just show you the different fist positions on the old one to the new one. Just slide that in. And there's the different fist positions of the two. Very similar, although you can see quite a big difference when it comes to the thumbs. As I bring that round, the actual thumb profile, you can see it is quite a big difference when it comes to the width of that thumb. These are going to go into the Fit to Box middleweight price division. 4 gloves between 101 English pounds to 200 English pounds, or 121 US dollars to 250 US dollars. I'll put the card on the screen. As you can see, it is a British company, and these gloves made in China. I've gone style 95, comfort 97, durability, that's synthetic leather, 96. It's a very high standard of synthetic leather. Sparring 97, love how you can open your hands. Bag 96, and value for money 97. So that means that these gloves come out at 96.3. 5 Fit to Box stars. Okay, so that means that these gloves have attained Fit to Box top rating. These were 4-star. The premium versions have been 5 stars, and now their synthetic version in the Pro X2 synthetic line has just, with these gloves, has just put them over the barrier to get into the 5 stars. So let me put on screen the Fit to Box report card. And on there, you can see the things that I love about these gloves. You can see the features of these gloves. And then you can also see any areas where I feel they could be improved. But as you can see from that, 5 Fit to Box stars, more and more brands are making better boxing equipment. And that was my aim of the channel when I started all them years ago. Brands are listening to feedback and they are improving their gear. And when they've got gear that is absolutely outstanding, they are going away after a period of time and they are coming back with an even better pair of gloves. And the Pro X2 Fly are those gloves. 5 Fit to Box stars. I hope you enjoyed that. Please like and subscribe to Fit to Box, and I shall speak to you soon.